What's going on, everybody? It's Colton coming to you from the Unexpected Adventure, and it's nice out again. Finally got another nice day. Look at the jag sitting all pretty. But I'm just out here. We're going through some fishing shit right now. I just got this my catfish reel de-strung, so I'm gonna do some restringing on that today. I'm debating restringing this one. I might not use this one this year. All my catfish tackles kind of hand me down. Different story when it comes to my bass stuff. But through my sobriety, I lost everything that I had for fishing. And now that I'm getting back into fishing, I'm definitely getting some more stuff back. Catfishing and panfish setups are what's next for me. So that's kind of what I'm working on right now. I have my nice bass fishing tackle box. It's a backpack. Is that not? That must be in the car, actually. And that one's pretty much set up just for bass fishing. I'm going to set this little guy up for panfish. So he's got two things in there. He's got a nice pocket. Hopefully enough room for like one or two bobbers. And that's really all I'll need for pan fishing. This little guy, my ultralight. And then I just got this old tackle box, old hard shell tackle box from my mom and my stepdad, John. And it's got some really old tackle. So I've been sitting here going through this mystery box pretty much, and it's got a lot in it. So I've already went through a decent amount. I've been pulling out everything I want to put in my pan fishing bag that I want to keep out of the box. Like, I mean, look at these panfish jig heads I found. I mean, these are in perfect condition. I'm not throwing those out. Maxi tails, perfect condition. These beetle spins, not so much. They were just kind of cool. These ones look fine. I found some jig spinners that look fine. A bunch of weights, ball weights. This is my favorite kind of weight trap, right? Or weight container right here. And then some different, pretty small size hooks and everything. Look at these though. You can definitely see how old these are just by the tag, right? But like, look at this little jig setup. I'm going to try and catch fish on this year. I found a couple of these, and then this whole thing is full of flies. And if you don't know what I mean by flies, what I'm talking about is flies for fly fishing. Like, here's a little spider. All sorts of stuff. And I've always wanted to get into fly fishing. My dad used to fly fish growing up. Or when I was growing up, he used to fly fish. So this is cool. And none of it's probably any good, but it's a start. And I'm definitely going to look into a lot of it, go through it. This is definitely going upstairs with me. So, but then going through this hard box, I'm going to turn into my catfish box, because other than it's a little dirty, I mean, everything, this is a great hard shell tackle box. It's big. It can actually hold my my pool holders. I don't know where they're at the moment, but it won't hold this big metal one. But I have some that collapse down into themselves, and they'll fit perfectly inside of here. So I could bring like 5 pole holders in there. I could fill all this up with different shit. And I won't even probably need half this room. But going through here, let's check out some of this old cool tackle. So, like, look at this little spinner. It's a beer, It's another inline spinner, pretty old inline spinner. Some more. This little guy looks like an old Rapala. Is what I'm gonna guess. Oh, can't see it there. He's definitely old. He's missing his bill. He was definitely a diver. So that's cool. Can't use that. Looking through, got all these inline spinners, like brand new, still with the tags on them. I'm almost fairly positive that these are usable. And these are kind of tried and true. You can't really go wrong with these bad boys. All right, what else we got? We got more inline spinners. This looks cool. Definitely got to try this guy out. And I mean, these hooks, that's a shot. It's not a rusty hook. You know, none of this is rusty. I don't see this being bad. You know, this for sure isn't bad. Looking back in here, this all seems pretty bad. Like, look at that. What is this? What is this? It's supposed to be it's a big jig head. Is it supposed to be like imitate a grasshopper? You know, the guy liked his crappie. I can tell you that. I don't know what these are. I don't know if you could see them. I don't know if they're for jigging up and down like ice fishing. I got a bunch of them. You know, I'm not really sure what these are for. Let's open one up. That's what it looks like. Yeah, so what does it jig like this? Or does it jig like this? Because it's got an eyelet over here. And you just jig it up and down. I don't know. I've never seen these before. I've never really ice fished either. This is cool though. I already took it out of the box. And this is actually, and it needs new hooks. Don't get me wrong, it needs new hooks. But this is an old Rapala. The box was disintegrated when I touched it. The hooks are filthy rusty. But I mean, other than that, I think we're going to throw this year. And we're going to catch a fish on this because, I mean, look at this fucking thing. And it's still pretty. It was in the box. This is, like, that's not paint loss. That's just shit on the paint. So we should be a little good there. Looks like the guy was playing some dice. You know, more crappie gear. I mean, and other than that, that's really it. So I'm going to leave the box how it is now with kind of the bass gear in it. And we're going to get all this crappie gear. I'm going to get my reel. And we're going to... Oh, it also came with the worst fucking fishing line in the world, in my opinion. Spider Wire. 12 mono. I don't even know how old it is. Let's look. Oh, it's brand new. Brand new. Never even used. So I'll throw that on a pole for sure. Why not? Why not? All right, yeah. I'm going to get this stuff. We're going to get it all together, and I'm going to kind of check some of it out, and I'm going to reline this. This is a hand-me-down catfish reel, but I actually really like it. It's an old Shakespeare. It's got the bait clicker on it. It's got a depth finder. It's got everything I like about it. And, you know, I'm kind of cheap when it comes to fishing. And I also don't think you need to buy the most expensive fishing gear to go fishing. This was free. Free 99. All this was pretty much free 99 except these three bass poles right here. I've spent money on all my bass equipment. But that's because I'm trying to catch big bass. And to catch big bass, you need some good gear. So I also want to get out and do some hunting in 2026. Me and Mitch have been talking about it, and I think we're going to go ahead and this upcoming fall, I think we're going to get a deer. We'll see. That's coming up. Hey, it's an adventure channel. Life's an adventure. But let's go ahead and get these reels all buttoned up, get this tackle box together, and I'll show you guys what's going on. All right, well, I was able to get the panfish tackle box all buttoned up. I'll go ahead and show you guys that right now. So pretty much, got room for bobbers right here in the back because I'm not running a third box. I got my little pocket in the front. For the time being, this front row is hooks, hook attachments. This is going to be different style jigs that are already put together. That's jig heads. In this one, we got different stuff. We got some weights. These weights are egg weights. They're probably not going to stay in here. These are cramp-on weights. So are these. These are big though. I might put these on my catfish thing. And these have some pretty small ones. So I'll probably just keep this inside the pocket. You know what I mean? But then you got some jig heads, you got some other shit, you got some squid, you got some beetle grubs, you know. And then I do have another container full of grubs. And I'm going to go in and grab the grubs I want and distribute them out into this. But other than that, nice little cute, boom, pan fishing tackle box. And you know, I'll probably I'll probably always have my bass, my main OG tackle box with me, which is a Cast King tackle box um, backpack. So it's not like it's in the way. It's always going to be on my back. Um, but this guy won't, which is nice. And they're actually the same brand, I'm just noticing. I got a new Plano and an old Plano. So, and that one will just be for catfishing because you don't need nothing fancy catfishing. And I'm going to have a lot of weight and a lot of tackle, like heavy tackle and leaders and leader line and shit like that for catfishing and crappie fishing. Goal is to catch a big crappie this year. Or not crappie, carp. Sorry. I've never caught a carp. I really want to catch a carp. The place that we camp at a lot has a lot of big carp in the lake, along with many of other fish that we're going to be catching this year, um, like catfish. But I want to reel a big carp in, and that's the reason we're getting these catfish reels done up. I am also going to be buying a new catfish rod and reel specifically for big fish, specifically for catching a big catfish this year and a big carp. Carp's going to happen in the next couple months. I am making that a goal. The catfish, if it doesn't happen up here, we're going to Kentucky Lake for the guys' fishing trip. And I know for a fact there's big flatheads down there because I used to live down there and fish it all the time. So excited to be going back to Kentucky and showing the guys where I know some big fish are at. Now, I'm going to go get this restrung up inside, and I will show you what it looks like afterwards. It definitely needs to be greased. So I'll probably open her up, grease the bearings, and get her rocking and rolling for the year and back on her rod.